Hey guys, it's Heather and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm showing you how to make one of my most favorite summertime dishes. It needs to be quick, it needs to be easy, it needs to be full of all the summer veggies and flavors, and it needs to be able to fit a crowd, and this recipe fits all of those things. So today we are making Cowboy Caviar, and I've been making this for a couple years now, and I literally love it. It is one of my most favorite things to make during the summer. It's my go-to. It's so quick and so easy. It can be made in under 10 minutes, and it's good to go. So all this is just dumping a bunch of stuff into a bowl, mixing it together, make sure it tastes good, serve it with some chips, and everyone's gonna be a happy camper. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, first you need just a really big, large bowl, and we're gonna add 1 can of corn and 1 can of black beans. So I've drained and rinsed both of these. I used a sweet white corn. You can use any kind of plain corn that you want at the grocery store. Dump it in a drainer, rinse it out under the sink, and then we're gonna add both of those, so just 1 can of each. And then to that, we're gonna add 6 diced Roma tomatoes. Now, in a pinch in the past, I've used just salsa and it's been perfect. So if you don't have Roma tomatoes on hand or you don't feel like going to the grocery store, the fire roasted salsa is the best. They actually sell it in a can, like buy the canned tomatoes at the grocery. That is so good. But you can even just do a couple scoops or half a jar of just regular salsa and it's fine in a pinch. So, but the original recipe calls for 6 diced Roma tomatoes and then 1 whole red onion. So I've finally diced this. The goal is to have everything about the same size so that when you bite into it, there's not just a massive chunk of tomato or a really big piece of onion, because you don't want that. You want everything to be just the right size. And then we're gonna add a tablespoon of balsamic and a tablespoon of olive oil. Just drizzle that right on in there. And we're gonna mix this up and then add just a couple more things. So let's toss all that together. It's literally almost done. So the next thing we're gonna add is a bunch of cilantro. So just grab a bunch from the grocery, and I just take my knife and run down the big bunch to kind of get all the leaves off and not just most of the stem. So that way you're not just chopping it and getting stems and leaf. Little stems is fine, but you wanna get mainly leaf, so just kind of shave it like that. And then you're gonna put it all in a ball and chop it up, and you wanna get it pretty fine. So this takes about a minute or so. This is like the longest process. But I just roll it all up in a ball and rough chop it until it gets started, and then we'll just finally dice. Okay, that should be good. And then that's just gonna go straight into your bowl. And then the next thing we're gonna add is avocado. So this recipe calls for 2 avocado. It's just kind of depending on the size. So I have tiny ones, so we're gonna add 3. You can add as much as you want. If you're an avocado fan like I am, add a ton of it. But I like a lot of avocado, so I usually add 1 more just because I think that it makes the recipe, it adds a really nice creamy texture. But you're just gonna slice into long strips and then go the opposite way so that it makes dices, little cubes. Be careful not to push too hard, and then just take a spoon and scoop it right out into the bowl. And then we're gonna do that with all of these and then mix it together. Last one, it's going right on in there. Doesn't have to be perfect or pretty. Scoop it right on in, perfect. And then this is gonna go to the side and we'll finally mix it all together. So just give it a big, so see how much this makes? I mean, this feeds a crowd of people, which is awesome. And I could probably almost add another avocado in there, which I might do after. So you just want there to be basically equal parts of everything so that every time you get a bite of black bean, a bite of corn, a bite of tomato, a bite of onion, and a bite of avocado, the best part of it. So just toss it. And then finally, we're gonna add a little bit of lime juice. It's about a tablespoon, and then salt, pepper, and garlic powder to taste. So I just kind of add, this is from Costco, it's my favorite salt. It's a pink Himalayan sea salt. I just add a couple twists, and then a little bit of cracked black pepper. This is also from Costco. Shout out to Costco, it's like my favorite place in the world. And then just a sprinkle, probably about a half to a teaspoon or so of garlic, just on taste. So we'll mix that all together, toss it, and then you can serve this as is. It is ready to go right now. Just put it in a big bowl, serve it with some chips, or you can put plastic wrap over it, pop it in the refrigerator until you need it. The longer it sits, the more the juices kind of from the tomatoes and the balsamic and olive oil marinate, and it gets a little bit more juicy. So if you don't want it as juicy, serve it right away. It really doesn't matter, but this will keep for about 2 to 3 days if you want to continue eating on it, but I doubt it's going to last that long. So let's go ahead and give it a little taste to make sure where we are on the salt and pepper. Perfect. Add just a little bit more salt. If you even wanted to add just a kick more flavor to it, chop up some jalapenos. That'll be good. Just make sure that you wear gloves when you slice jalapenos, get all the seeds out, and that'll add just a little bit of heat to it. That's another fun thing. I just thought of that. So, all right. This is literally it. This is all that it takes. I mean, under 10 minutes, dump, dump, dump. Everything is done for you. Everyone's gonna love it. The flavors are incredible. It tastes like summertime in your mouth. I'm gonna test it again. You know what? I need a chip with that. But this is it. Literally so easy, so fast. One of my go-to summer recipes. Everybody loves it. It feeds a ton of people, which is the best. So everyone will be your best friend if you bring this to a party, or if you have people over for a backyard cookout, make this while you're finishing everything up. It goes perfectly with burgers and all of the summer cookout favorites. This has been a favorite of ours for years and years. I go to it back every time. I have the recipe memorized because there's really no recipe. Just dump everything in a bowl and mix it together. So for the full recipe, go to fuelingasouthernsoul.com. Everything that you need is gonna be there. And if you don't already, and if you're not watching on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, and I have every single recipe video that I've ever made on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. Watch exactly how I make it. I take you through it step by step. So go check both of those out. Enjoy this Cowboy Caviar. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be a favorite of yours for years and years to come, just like it is ours. I'll see you soon. Bye.